What's up, everybody? Let's rock and roll. I'm super stoked today. We're talking about systems at scale, both internally and externally. So I got Austin here, my friend. Austin, dude, thank you so much for hanging out with us today. The reason, as y'all know, the reason you tune in, the reason we do this show is because y'all want to see under the hood of all these other awesome masterminds, group coaching programs, people that have built something at scale. They're doing something cool. Austin is that. Austin, I think you and I met in Austin, Texas at another buddy. It was Alex Moscow's event, right?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yeah. And then Austin's been nice enough to teach our mastermind. And then I thought, dang, like y'all need to see how this thing works. So, Austin, thanks for showing up.
Absolutely. I love what you're doing. We hit it off initially, started jamming out on different ideas. You were throwing some golden zingers. I was hopefully sharing a couple nuggets as well. And we were like, all right, we're going to have some fun together in the future. So thanks for
Yeah,
having me.
we got so much to do here. Okay, so let's just dive right in. You are a freaking genius. By the way, Austin's website, let me just throw this up on the screen for those of you who are listening. It's really easy. Austin's website is 2x.co, as in the number 2, the letter x.co. I think that is officially the shortest website that we've ever had anybody on the show that has. That's so easy. If you want his book, /friend, so 2x.co/friend, FRIEND. It's on the screen for you watching, for those listening, doing grocery shopping at the same time. Write that down. Austin, over at 2x, your systems, your processes, the way your brain functions, truly, like when I first met you in Austin, Texas, another mastermind, I was like, okay, this guy's actually a little different than everybody else. I
Hmm.
mean that in all the best ways. And what have you done? Like, you've built a community, you've built a done for you service, you've done all of it. You've launched and exited multiple, like you've been very successful at what you've done. I'm sure you've had your failures. But if you're like, Chris, if you're just looking at me as an entrepreneur, what is the secret sauce that kind of makes you who you are? Not that we have to all replicate and learn from you on, but like, what is it that's like, I think this is just the way I'm wired. What is that about you?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I went to college to get my mechanical engineering degree, and I worked down that path, and ultimately realized entrepreneurship was a much better fit for me. But fast forward circle through 4 other different businesses, everything was a random stepping stone to what we do now to teach people how to turn their business into a machine. So I took that mechanical engineering degree and fundamentals on systems and processes and numbers and a very strategic approach, and just taking a very pragmatic approach to business and to growth, and now take it full circle to helping people do that. So I would say systems and turning their business into a machine. If you're seeing the video, I've got a sign behind me that says machine, and that's ultimately what we do. So if you can turn your business into a machine, you're able to have the 3 core pillars of what success is as an entrepreneur, at least in the way that we see it. Is you got time freedom, so you can work on the things that you want. We were just actually talking about this before we went live, living the 4-hour work week if you want, or working a long hour day, or taking a 2-month vacation like Chris does every summer. You can make a lot of money and not high profits, and you can ultimately scale to some great revenue numbers. If you have systems in your business operationally excellent, then you can be able to do those things. But a lot of people don't do those, and they're focused on the wrong things, and as a result, they get trapped in the business and not growing and not making the money that they want.
Okay. I love it. You're a mechanical engineer who works on businesses. I love that. I think it's why we hit it off so well. I tell people all the time, I think I'm just like a Formula One race car crew chief. I'm not a Formula One race car driver. I'm not that guy.
Mm,
But I freaking love the machine of business. So
yeah.
yes, you're in the right place. Okay. So Austin, as you build your own mastermind, your own, like you just came back from your mastermind that y'all were leading. Where'd y'all host that, by the way?
In Austin, Texas. We just rented out a whole venue. So we had everybody on site for 3 days. And it was absolutely incredible because, yes, there's a lot of value in the mastermind and the training and the breakthroughs and the hot seats. But the one off conversations, the fireside chats, the drinks at night, the playing pickleball, that was like the extra juice that just helps build that community and relationships that you're so good at.
That's so true. It's really that's so true. I love the in-person stuff.
Mhm.
Austin, Texas is like the place for masterminds right now. And Scottsdale,
It's so
Austin and
many.
Scottsdale, like they're just all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
systems and scale. So in your mastermind, what do you like? Let's just look under the hood for your own mastermind that you lead.
Yep.
What are the systems that are helping you scale in your own business? Not just the stuff you teach your clients. I'm sure you take your own medicine there, but
Yeah.
What are the ones that are most meaningful to you as your own owner entrepreneur?
Yeah. Well, the first thing is when I started 2X 7 years ago, I was doing all the sales, I was doing all the marketing, I was doing all the coaching. And the first thing that I got myself out of was coaching. So as I was handling all these different clients, I was creating the frameworks for different processes that I worked them through. I was creating the structure for how I led the calls. I was creating the tools that would track them. So all of these are systems. So if you don't have internal client systems for them to follow, IP, visuals, checklists, templates, different things to help make that easier, you're not going to be able to hand that off to somebody else. A lot of people try to hire a coach or try to put somebody there without the proper systems. They're just setting them up to fail. So that was the first thing that I worked on, is creating so many internal systems so that I could train other people to then guide our clients to success. And by being able to do that, within 6 months, I removed myself from all of coaching and have been completely out of coaching ever since then. In fact, I'm 2 levels away from coaching now, which puts me in the power position because we can serve a lot more people. I can spend my time on creating much better tools and resources to better impact the clients. So it's actually the most selfless thing that I can do for clients, is to build great systems internally to help support them. So that was the first major one.
Okay, that's awesome. Stop there for a second because this is really key. So this is such a big thing. We talk to so many people who are already super successful in their masterminds. They're trying to go to the next level, trying to build a bigger program, whatever. And they're household names for all of us in the coaching space, which they're super cool people. All people we work with are super cool, just like yours. But that's a real thing. Like, people truly believe that, and I get it. They've got 10 years of experience, 20 years of experience. They think, well, the people are joining the program because they want my expertise, or
Mhm.
because the clients believe that I'm the only person who can deliver the expertise.
Yep.
What was it in your mind that shifted, that gave you the I guess internal awareness to know, no, I actually don't have to be that guy. Not how to build the system to not be that guy, but
Yeah.
how did you change your own heart about that?
Yeah. Great question. I mean, you mentioned one of the key points is like, people don't want you. They want what you can get them. It's all about them, right? So if you can make it all about them, talking about their goals and their transformation, and then showing them that you have a process to get there, then it's not about you at all. You're just the inspiration for that, and you're the creator of that process. But at the end of the day, it's all about them. So a lot of people don't have those things. They don't say, "Hey, you're here, and this is where you want to get to," and make it about the prospect and client. And they don't have a prospect to show them this is exactly how our process works, so that they see that there's a formula to get them there. That's not just trusting in you, right? If you're hiring maybe a financial advisor, if you're hiring some type of professional expert, yes, you want them because you're working directly with them. But in a coaching space, it's about the transformation and the results that you get somebody. So make it about the system and the result that you get there. As soon as you do, nobody asks for me anymore. Like, I
Mm.
have to go out of my way to check in with clients, and I'm still the face of 2X. I'm still the one on all the, on the social and the websites and the ads and everything. But literally nobody asks about me because we're setting it up to be about them and the process. And then we build up our coaches. And as a result, they know that they're in good hands, and I can better support them by not being their main support.
Love that. You said you were 2 layers away from being
Yes.
the coach right now. What does that mean?
Yep. This is so key. Great question. So we always recommend being 2 layers away from anything that's reactive. So there's a client. That client has a direct coach. Coach is by far the main coach and support that's going to guide them. There's also some account customer support that helps with just some of the admin stuff as well. That's really a support for the client and for the coach. Then there's a head coach or director of fulfillment that oversees all the coaches, that handles any escalations, handles any maybe major renewals, or again, major issues that pop up, which is pretty rare, and supports the coaches through breakthroughs, through accountability, through management, yada yada. So this means that if anything happens with the client, there's one, if not even 2, at the lower level with the customer service agent, then a director of fulfillment, then it gets to me. So that means we've got really great support for the clients, and I'm not reactive. I'm in my highest value for the company, and my own zone of genius and the things that I enjoy if I have nothing reactive. And that's what you want to do. So if you do that, then you're able to take time off. You're able to go away. You're able to then also have peace of mind that things are being handled, but you got to put that infrastructure in place so that both of those levels are set up for success.
Dang, love it. All right, so first thing that comes to my mind when you say that kind of stuff, I'm like, by the way, I'm gonna put this on the screen real quick. Austin's book is freaking like genius. This is where you need to go. The 2-week vacation test is one of the books that Austin has. He's got another one, by the way, from 6 to 7 figures.
Yeah.
Let me just say this about all you coaches out there who say I work with 6, 7, and 8 figure entrepreneurs. Anybody who's successful, if you want to work with 7 and 8s, 7 and 8s know that that's a bullshit line. Sorry, that episode just went explicit. But it's true. It's true. Yeah. Going from 6 to 7 is a thing. Working with 6 and 7 figure entrepreneurs or working with 8 and 9 in the same program is not a thing. Those are 2 different categories of businesses. Austin knows that well, but I'm just saying that for all of you marketers out there trying to figure that out. Be careful with how you say that stuff. Anyway, Austin's book, the 2-week vacation test, is a really great place to start this process because you need to know, can you stress test your business to that level? Do you have the structure, the team, the whatever in place? Because here's the reality. You get to choose. And this is what I learned 10, 12 years ago. Austin and I were talking about this before the show. I learned that I'm either going to choose to take a month or 2-month long vacation every summer, or eventually life is going to deal me the cards that don't feel like a vacation, but require me to leave my business for a month or 2, an illness, a family issue, or whatever. Just get the systems and the people in place and get it right. Talk to Austin about that. Yeah. And choose your 2-month-long sabbatical on a beach instead of a hospital room. Like, pick it. Like, it's going to happen. So just do it on your terms. Okay. I'll get off my soapbox.
Well, actually, real quick on this, because I don't know if you know this, but part of the reason why this process was created is I was that person. I had to call 911, not once, but twice, because I had burnt myself out so bad that I was having anxiety attacks. I couldn't breathe or sleep. Every time I would drift off to sleep, I would just like wake up or burst up in bed, gasping for breath. And I thought for sure I was going to die. And I was like running marathons, like, former college athlete. Like, I was super fit. My doctor was saying I was the healthiest person he had in his office. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm dying. I feel horrible. I didn't have any energy. I was burnt out so bad that I had anxiety attacks. I had to call 911. So that's the importance of, what you're saying here is detach yourself from your business, gain back control of your time, be in control of your business and your vision of what you're trying to create. And the 2-week vacation test is a simple process to start to detach, because like as we get in, we just get more and more sucked into the vortex and ultimately owns us. And I'm really, really passionate about this subject because I was there and I've seen so I'm talking thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs around the globe that are in a similar spot, like seriously pretty close to burnout. And what does that mean for their family, for the impact that they're trying to make, for their clients, everything? It's just not positive. So.
And all of you out there in Group Coach Nation, just so you know, like if you're categorizing yourself and is this me or not, remove yourself from the financial implications of stress for a second. It's not just, oh, I'm broke and stressed. Austin, the first panic attack I had was I was laying in bed in Rome. We were on this month, I think it was a month and a week, something like that, trip from Scotland down to the Greek Isles. And yeah, so we were in Italy and Rome. And I remember laying there and I could not go to sleep. My heart was racing. I had no idea what was happening. I thought the same thing. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm having a heart attack. Like, what is this? And our kids were there in Rome. Like, we were, quote unquote, living the freaking dream. And it wasn't a money thing. It was just that I had several key things in the business that were max freaking stressing me out, even while I was on a 5-week vacation at that point.
Wow. And
I realized I'm not experiencing freedom. I'm experiencing Instagram freedom right now because I'm posting the heck out of this trip, but I'm not experiencing real freedom. There's a difference, right?
Huge.
All right, let's just go down this path then for a second. We got 5 or so minutes left. What do you think, Austin, for you? in your business has actually given you the freedom to unplug on a real vacation? What is it that once I figured this thing out, it's what set me free?
Such a good question. I would say two things. I'm going to cheat. I'm going to give you two. Number one is we've got really great numbers tracking. I can see at any given time exactly what's going on in the business. Numbers give you clarity. They're the guide. They show you what's working, what's not, where to focus, what to fix. They give you this whole picture and are your best tool, arguably your best tool as an entrepreneur, because again, they give you clarity, and that as a result can help you support your team, get your team clear, hold your team accountable, know where you need to focus, foresee any issues that are coming up. So I can know if I wanted to, on vacation, I could check the numbers and see exactly what's going on. I don't have to talk to anybody, right? So numbers tracking and really mastering your numbers is one of the biggest shifts as you go from a six-figure hustler to a seven-figure CEO. That's what we talk about in one of my books. So I would say that's the first. The second is have a great hiring system so that you can put the proper people in place, right? So you need a couple things. You need the numbers, you need people, and you need systems. And all three of those work together. But ultimately, I have some great people in place through a great hiring system, through a lot of the things that we talk about as far as having a vision, having a compelling impact, having other great people on the team, because great people want to work with great people. But ultimately, by knowing the numbers, by having the systems, and by having great people in place, I can sleep like a baby at night, and I know I can go out on vacation at any time, and I'm fully out of any key day-to-day roles that I know things are going to thrive. So it's those three pieces that ultimately build a machine, which is what we started talking about initially.
Love it. Love it. Do you feel like you as somebody who's leading a really great team, great systems, all that stuff? And again, I'm really, as we're doing this show, as this show goes on, I know we're narrowing down for you who are still listening or watching this. This is not the sexiest show. Way more people stay to watch the endless conversations about the newest marketing trend or the best way to close 5% more deals. But Austin and I've talked about this before. The secret to closing more deals is frequently not, are you a better salesperson? It's, are more deals getting to that place because of the systems that are in place, and you're patching the freaking holes that are in your entire pipeline and structure and everything before they ever get to a sales call. The secret to making more money isn't selling more people often. It's keeping the people you've sold.
Yep.
Because your fulfillment, your systems, the internal stuff, the delivery is so on point, and Austin's brilliant at that. Austin, at your level right now, as an entrepreneur, as somebody who's leading a community and masterminds, what is the next thing you have to work on? What's the big challenge for you right now?
Yeah, great question. We are doing exactly what you just talked about, which is increasing the value of each customer. So we talk about growth begins with fulfillment. If you have great raving fan fulfillment, the proper systems in place, you're keeping people a long time, making them successful. They stay with you a long time. They buy more. They refer other people your way. They're easier to work with. There's less issues that you have to fire. They're more profitable. And again, they're looking to buy more stuff. So what we're doing right now is building an ecosystem of services. We've got a second company that helps hire and train and place executive assistants into businesses. And we're going to be adding on more services as well. So that's what we're focused on right now, is adding on more core services that our clients need, that are all trained and vetted using our same 2X operating system and methodology, so that everything's consistent and congruent, and just helping serve people in a bigger and better way, all with a focus on fulfillment, knowing that if we do that, again, we'll keep people for years. We'll have them continue to rave about us, and a lot of people are our way. So that's really what we're focused on, is that back end. That's actually, in our opinion, just like as you said, the very strategic path to growth. So that's my big focus right now.
Love it. Okay, here's what I just want to let everybody know. Okay, the book. And for those of you who are like, okay, I know Austin's the person I need to talk to take your business to the next level, then just Google his name. It's not hard. There can't be too many of you, Austin. Yeah. Netzley, Austin Netzley, AUSTIN NETZLEY. When you Google yourself, Austin, they're like, you got to be the only one. AUSTIN.
I am that I've seen. I'm sure there's others, but I'm the only one.
AUSTIN NETZLEY, or his book, if you want to go to the website, 2x.co. Detachment.com/friend is the book. Either one of those books that he talked about, or if you just want to go to his website, reach out to Austin. I would highly recommend that, because it's not about, are you closing 2 more deals a month? It's about, are you actually running a business? If you're focused on closing 2 more or 10 more deals a month, I promise you that is the wrong focus. That happens when your business is running correctly.
Yep.
It's just real, folks. We often focus on a result when what's going on under the surface of why that result isn't happening is actually what's keeping you from the result you want.
Yep.
2x.co/friend is the book, or just 2x.co for the website. Austin, any last words of wisdom you want to leave us with?
I would just say play the long game. Everything that we're talking about is playing the long game. A lot of people are focused on, how do I close 2 more deals this week? I got to pay some bills, or hire that agency, or pay my team. What we're talking about is having the numbers, systems, and people in place so that you can continue to optimize over time. And if you continue to optimize over time, getting a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better, you're closing 2 more deals, 5 more deals, 10 more deals, 20 more deals, 100 more deals, and you've got the cash flow and freedom to go along with it. That's ultimate success. So I think if we can wrap this in a bow, it's play the long-term game, build things sequentially, one at a time, break the detachment from the day-to-day hustle, and start to be a real CEO, real business. And if you do that, you're going to do some amazing things, and again, be able to accomplish what you want to, which is ultimately why you're in business to begin with. So I'm excited to help people make that happen. As you mentioned, we've got a couple of books that can help support that, but keep following Chris. Chris is an absolute legend. I keep learning from you and with you, Chris. So I appreciate you very much.
I'm going to leave it at that. Folks, do the work, get results. We say it all the time here at Group Coach Nation. Do work, get results. Just please do the right work. We're not advocating a hustle lifestyle. We're advocating smart, intentional direction and builds. Do this the right way. Austin, thank you.
Thank you, my friend.
All right, everybody. Crush it. Talk soon.